Hi, this is Mika Miles from Anchor and Phoenix Healing Arts, and in this video I'm going to show you how to have a daily practice for maintaining the health of your energy boundaries. So to begin this practice, you're going to want to ground your energy. If you don't know how to do that, you can check out my video, How to Ground for the First Time, or the instructions in my post, How to Ground for the First Time. It's essentially sending a energy cord to the center of the earth. So you're gonna take a few breaths. Come into your body. Let your body settle on the seat where you are. And send an energy cord down to the center of the earth. You can pull that energy up from the center of the earth into your body. So the first step is going to be to what I like to call it setting your boundaries. And but what it really is drawing, it's me drawing my attention to my energetic boundaries. And so what I do is I just send out energy in all directions to about an arm's length away from me to just set my energy boundaries. So I'll go to the side, to the front, and back. At the same time, I imagine arms, two arms going out my back when I do this. So I'm setting my energy boundary to the front and back at the same time. And up and down. And then I just imagine all at the same time. So there's an energy boundary at the edge of my energy field, an arm's length away from me in all directions. So now we've set our energy boundaries. We've drawn our attention to our energy boundaries. So now we want to do a little more of an in-depth scan of our energy boundaries. And there's a few different ways that you can do it. You can just kind of close your eyes and say, if I had energy boundaries, what would they look like? And whatever pops in your head is likely an intuitive information about your energy boundaries, because the thing that's really amazing about working with energy is intention is reality. So if your intention for this exercise is to sense what's going on with your energy boundaries, then any information you get is going to be information about your energy boundaries. So you can say, if I had energy boundaries, what would they look like? Then you can start to focus your attention to specific parts of the energy boundary. You can look at all different parts of your boundary and see if you notice anything. If you notice, does it all look consistent? Are there any dents? Are there any protrusions or intrusions? Are there any holes? So as I'm not really that visual of a person, that is not going to be something that works well for me. If you're like me and you're more of an auditory person, then this method might work well for you. It's called scanning with sound. So what you're going to do is make a tone. It can be really any tone, and you're going to make that tone and draw send that sound energy to all around your boundary. And if you notice any glitch or change in the sound, that's going to be an indication that that's an area of your boundary that needs some healing, that needs some attention. So you might go, ooh. So you noticed there was a bit of a catch in my voice around the middle front area. So then I know, okay, that's an area of my boundary that needs special attention. Another thing you can do is you can just sense, see if you can physically sense anything. So you can feel with your hands, and I'm going to go ahead and feel that heart, that spot in front of my heart chakra. And if I really, yeah, that spot feels like I'm feeling like a little bit of a throbbing there. So you can feel it with your hands that way and try to subtly sense what's going on with the energy. You can also see if you feel any cold spots or hot spots. Like sometimes I feel that there is like a draft in a certain area. So I feel right now I feel as if there's like a draft coming in on my lower back. So I know that that is an area of my boundary that needs attention. Great, so once you've identified any areas of your boundary that need attention, you can move on to healing your boundary. So the goal of healing your boundary is to make it smooth out any consistencies. If it's far away from your body or too close to your body, you want to set it at an arm's length away from your body. If there's any holes or tears, you're going to want to patch those up or fill them up. So yeah, so that you have a nice, even, smooth, consistent, egg-shaped boundary about an arm's length away from your body in all directions. And so the methods for healing are going to be similar to what we use for sensing. So if you're a visual person, you can imagine, let's say you have a dent right here in your boundary. You can imagine smoothing it out. You can imagine like a little machine that comes along and smooths it out. You can imagine a hammer that knocks in any dents, and then something that comes along and smooths it out. If you want to use sound, you can direct a sound energy at a spot that needs some healing work. So like, for example, we'll use that spot in front of my heart chakra. And, just whatever sound comes up intuitively is likely the sound that area of your boundary needs to be healed. So let me just send some sound energy there. Then you can go ahead and do a scan to see if that, fix that part of your boundary. So I'll scan all around and see if that glitch still happens in my voice. So it happened a little bit, not as much as before. So I'm gonna pay a little more attention to that area of my boundary. Another thing you can do is you can use your hands to smooth or heal a certain area. And if there's a hole in my energy boundaries, I like to make like an energy patch. So what I'll do this for my heart chakra area, is I will draw up energy from the center of the earth through my grounding cord, and then send that energy out through my hand, create an energy patch that goes a little bit past the area, and then kind of blend that energy in to the rest of my boundary. So let me do a scan again to see if that worked. So I'm not showing any, there's no inconsistency in the sound, so that means I've healed that area of my boundary. So, if you have never done this before, you might find that there's a lot of areas in your boundaries that have been, that need some attention. Think about that it's like every time that your boundary has been crossed or violated or intruded upon, you might have like a little mark from that. So if you've never done this before, there might be a lot of work to do. But if this is something you do every day as a daily practice, then it's not going to take that long. You're just going to have one or two areas that need attention. So after you have, healed your boundary and brought it to be that nice, smooth, consistent, evenly spaced, egg-shaped boundary around your body. The last thing that I like to do is I just light it up for reinforcement with my whatever color I pick for that day. So for today, I'll do bright violet. Helps if it's a bright color. So I just imagine my boundary lighting up with a bright violet, and then I'm good to go. So it's actually, this is a really simple practice. You just have to ground your energy, set your boundaries, pick a method, and scan your boundaries, and do any healing that's necessary, and then light them up. And if you do this every morning, it's going to help you with your energy boundaries in an energetic way, as well as with emotional and social boundaries. So thanks for watching, and good luck with your healthy boundary setting.